Hey guys, welcome back. Today we will be talking about factoring polynomials. So factoring polynomials, when we are talking about the factoring, it is based on recognizing the patterns, right? It is the other way of saying how to multiply. There are different techniques that we can take into consideration for factoring the polynomials. Um, we can factor the polynomials by taking out the common factors using the distributive property. Then special polynomials, for example, a squared minus b squared, or the square of the binomial, cube of the binomial, or traditionally factoring it out for the quadratic equation. There are 5 different ways to solve the quadratic equation. We will just give the overview of factoring the quadratic, and lastly by grouping. Grouping is involved when we have more than 3 terms, basically 4 terms, and so. Let's do the first one, factoring each expression. In the first one, what I can factor out? If you can see clearly, I can factor out 2 and x, because x with the power of 1 is the lowest power, and 2 is common between 6 and 4. So 2x in the parentheses 3x squared minus 2. So it is taking the common factor out using distributive property. This is the first case, right? Now same thing with the second one. We can factor out negative 4, because 12, I can make 12 by multiplying negative 4 by 3, negative 3 and 16 by negative 4 times 4. So negative 4 in the parentheses x squared minus 3x plus 4. For C example, if you look closely, x minus 2 is common between both the terms, x minus 2 and x minus 2, right? So we can factor out x minus 2, and whatever is left over, that is 2x plus 3, you can write that thing down in another parentheses. So 2x plus 3. So this is a glimpse of how you can take the common factor out using the distributive property. Now let's build up on this. Let's consider this example, x squared minus 3. How I wrote into x plus radical 3 and 3x minus radical 3, let's figure it out. So this is using a squared minus b squared is equal to a plus b and a minus b. So I can write 3 in terms of radical 3 squared. So there is an error in the typing. It should be x plus radical 3 and x minus radical 3. There should not be 3 with the x. So that is a mistake. I apologize for that. So x plus radical 3 and x minus radical 3, that is what we are looking for. This is sum and the difference of the same term. Now, a polynomial is completely factored when each of its factor is a prime. Now, what is a prime number? Remember, 0 and 1, they are neither prime nor composite. Now, the second case, that means the special polynomials. We have discussed this in detail in the previous video. So we are talking about the difference of the two squares, u squared minus v squared, what we have done earlier, and this perfect square trinomial, and the sum and the difference. Sum and the difference, they are a little bit different. We have not discussed it about previously, but there is a relationship between these two, and there is a pattern in here. So when we are talking about u cubed plus v cubed, then the term between u squared and uv, that will be the opposite. So if it is adding, then it will be subtraction. If it is subtraction, then it will be adding the two terms. That is the only difference between these two. So that is the pattern that you need to keep in mind. Let's try few questions. Now we have x plus 2 whole squared minus y squared. I can either factor it out using the binomial, square binomial, or you can take it as a squared minus b squared. So the first term is a squared and the second term is b squared. That will make our life a little bit easier. and I can simplify it, factor it out as x plus 2 plus y, and in the another parenthesis x plus 2 minus y. That's it. So B is specific what is A term and what is B term. Along the same line, let's talk about question number B. Now, can I rewrite 16x4 as 4x squared and everything squared? And then 81 can be written as 9 squared. Now, this is again in the format of a squared minus b squared. So I can simplify it as a plus b, a minus b. So 4x squared plus 9, and then 4x squared minus 9. But here is the thing, there is another pattern here. 4x squared minus 9 can be rewritten in the form of 2x squared minus 3 squared. Now again the pattern continues of a squared and minus b squared. So I can rewrite it again. So the first parenthesis will remain as it is. The second parenthesis can be simplified further as 2x plus 3, 2x minus 3. So don't leave the answer in the first line. Keep on simplifying it till you can, right? Till it is a prime number. So that is why with polynomial, always consider completely factoring it till you are not able to factor it further. Now we have 3 terms. So basically this is called quadratic equation. You might have learned about solving quadratic equation using different ways, using the X method, the diamond method, box method. I will be talking about something called I really like, that is in the form of B and AC. So ax squared plus bx plus c, that is your standard equation of a quadratic, right? So just to help you understand, that I will be writing bx first and then ax squared times c. So to make it simple, I will not write x and x squared. I will just write b and just a times c. So the trick is this. For b, we are looking for the two numbers. If I add or subtract them together, should give me the same coefficient, and for AC we are looking for the same two numbers when multiplied together. I should get the same number. So in this example, negative 7x is the B term, 12 is the C term, and x squared is the A term. Remember, B we are looking for adding, AC we are looking for multiplication. Now I need to make 7 and 12 by using two numbers that can generate the same two numbers. So if I factor out 12, what are the factors of 12? Just think. So the factors of 12 can be 4 and 3, or I can make 12 by multiplying 6 and 2, or I can make 12 by 12 times 1. Now which two numbers, if I add, should give me 7? Only 4 and 3, because 4 and 3 will give me 7. So I can rewrite negative 7x as negative 4x minus 3x. And then the same two numbers when multiplied together will give you 12x squared. Right? Remember, when you multiply two negative numbers, it will generate a positive number. So negative 4x, negative 3x will give you positive 12x squared. Now let's rewrite it. So I will rewrite negative 7x as negative 4x minus 3x. Remember, we are rewriting only the middle term, that is the B term. Now we have 4 terms, because when we have 4 terms, we can group them together. So we can group the first two numbers together. From the first two number I can factor out x, and x minus 4 will be left. Now we will do some cheating. We will rewrite x minus 4 again. So x minus 4 again. Now go back to the equation and see how you can convert x minus 4 into negative 3x plus 12. What should I multiply x minus 4 with? That is negative 3. So we have x minus 4 in one parenthesis and x minus 3 in the second parenthesis. This is how you can simplify the quadratic or factor the quadratic. The key point is practice, practice, practice. Practice more questions like these. Now the fourth technique in this series is by grouping. This is the same thing what we did in the last step for solving the quadratic. So we will group the first two terms together, and because the lowest power is 2, I can factor out x squared. What is left? X minus 2. Now it is time to cheat. So we will write x minus 2 one more time. And think how I can make x minus 2 into negative 3x plus 6 by multiplying by negative 3. And then we will write the final answer as x minus 2 in another parenthesis x squared minus 3. Now I can rewrite x squared minus 3 as x plus radical 3 x minus radical 3. So choice is yours. It depends what your teacher wants. If you are in my class, I will want the second option, factoring it completely. Now we have x cubed minus x squared plus 4x minus 4. Can I use the same technique again? From the first two terms, x squared is the smallest, factor it out and do the cheating part again, and then multiply everything by 4. So the factored form is x minus 1, x squared plus 4, and x minus 1. This is how we can use different techniques to factor. I hope this has been helpful. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.